Good.
It's still counting down on here. Maybe if I refresh the page. Oh no, we good. Yeah, we live. Yeah, we straight. Let's mute this, John. All right. Welcome to a live episode of the No Rules Podcast. I'm Aaron Hilton, as always, joined by my main man, Malik Smith. Malik, what's popping, man?
Listen, I'm glad we're live. I'm glad people can tune in with us. Can ride the wave of emotions with us.
Yeah.
What a game, man! We know what we're here for. Let's get right to it.
Yeah, man, you seem a little sad, brother. You sad? Something happened earlier tonight?
To be honest, I'm not sad. I'm actually. I was mostly stressed to make sure that I put all the information in for us to go live and that we weren't recording into the nothingness. So,
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
You did it, though.
I
did it.
I did. Shout out to me. Shout out to me knowing technology.
Yeah, shout out to you. Shout out to Garrett Crochet. And shout out to Aroldis Chapman.
Yeah.
Just
Woman beater.
Well,
Go ahead.
Not a great guy.
Continue.
Not a great guy. Well, that's great, but you're not going to cut the wind out of my sails because today, Aroldis Chapman locked down the first of a very necessary win for the Red Sox. The first game of a 3-game series held in the Bronx as the wild card series gets underway between the hated rivals, Red Sox and the Yankees. Me on the good side with the Red Sox hat on, as you can see, and then Malik for the Evil Empire. But yeah, Malik, let's just start here. Let's go straight to the actional moment, right? So 1 out in the 7th inning. Jaron Duran, left-handed hitter, grounds out sharply to the first baseman. Great play, by the way, by Goldschmidt. It was mentioned multiple times by Carl Ravitch and the crew. Great play by him to get the ball to Max Fried early. But then Boone takes Fried out of the game. 102 pitches, so, kind of hit that magic number of 100 pitches. Right move, wrong move. Is this something, I know a lot of you Yankees fans question everything that Aaron Boone does, but like for me, outside looking in, I kind of felt like he had a pretty decent game today.
He had a great game. Wait, you talking about Boone? Or you talking about
Fried? Boone? I mean, Fried. I knew what Fried was going to do, but I actually thought Boone. Aside from, I don't know what buttons you're gonna push in that bullpen. Your bullpen is just so hit or miss. So I can't even really blame him for the Luke Weaver situation. He's been up and down all year, but he's been a pretty good pitcher. You expect him to kind of come up there.
I wasn't mad that he put Luke Weaver in because, like, Luke Weaver, of all the guys in the bullpen, I feel like it's the guy that I usually expect to be the most steady, the most cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. I was actually up trying to make a sandwich as that whole rally was happening. So I was watching from the kitchen and looking over, and I wasn't as locked in on all of the pain. I just looked up and I was like, God damn, now we're down. I will say, though, I would have liked for Boone to let Fried pitch until it was clear that he wasn't going to get through the inning. I mean, he was dealing at that point. I'm not one of those like second guess the manager on every decision type guys, but I just I understand from beyond the Fried thing, right? I understand that the way that they want to set up the lineup, that you got Crochet pitching. Jazz Chisholm and Ben Rice are two of your best hitters, and they sat on the bench because you wanted to put Rosario and can't remember the dude's name.
Austin Wells.
No.
You wanted Rice at first base for Goldschmidt, not for Austin Wells.
So Rice, I think Rice I expected to be on the bench. Jazz, not so much. Like Rosario hasn't played as much. I get it. Like
Rosario has great numbers against Crochet, including this season.
I fully understand that. But you got a guy who's played the entire season versus a guy who's, for the most part, been on the bench as a hype man, right? So, again, I don't want to second guess every single decision that Boone made, but that was one of them that I was a little unsure about. Obviously, hindsight would tell you, like, you should have kept Fried in because Weaver gave up the runs. To me, the thing that I think really he missed was bottom of the ninth. You get Goldschmidt on, you get Judge on back-to-back hits, right? I mean, momentum is flowing. Why is I don't understand Boone not pinch running for Goldschmidt, who
He's not the winning run.
It doesn't matter.
Eduardo, I forgot it. Perez actually mentioned that.
But it doesn't matter because here's the thing. They knew Goldschmidt wasn't going to run, right? So like he had to stop at third base. At that point, you don't get an opportunity to at least get one across, and then that changes the game because you had nobody was out when he was going to third.
I'm going to stop because first of all, in that play against probably who's going to be at least a Gold Glove defender, but probably should be the Platinum Glove defender, and Cedar Rafaela out there in that outfield, and then another guy with great range in Jarren Duran. You have to freeze with no outs. You have to freeze. You have to play that. At best, the most aggressive you can be is playing it halfway. And then once Cedar Rafaela fields it with that momentum moving forward, yes, maybe like Jazz Chisholm scores on that. I don't know. After the ball finally bounces, but even Jazz, you got to play that halfway. I think it was properly played with nobody out. You have the momentum. There is no reason why, with the bases loaded and nobody out, that you shouldn't have scored in that inning. Period. That's not on Aaron Boone because he didn't pinch run Goldschmidt, who's not even the winning run. Like Goldschmidt's run does not matter, which is what
it
really
does.
pissed
you
me
need
off.
To score one before you can score two. I mean,
it does, but it doesn't.
You have to score runs
in the grand scheme of things. If you pinch ran for him and he does score on that, and you still strike out Grisham because that's the only thing that really would change. Somebody scores, great. Grisham still struck out. Looking, by the way. So I mean, swung through a pitch on the inside. So it's like you can't.
But you can't assume that that's going to happen. You can't just say like, oh, everything is going to play out the exact same way except you scored one more run. The whole point is to put pressure on the team, to put pressure on the pitcher. You got to get them thinking because if it's a 1-run game instead of a 2-run game, that changes the pressure, that changes the dynamic. Again, I'm not saying that by itself lost us the game. I'm saying I would have liked to see him push that button as opposed to just sort of saying, well, we got Stanton coming up and, hopefully he'll hit us a grand slam in the game or, we've got whoever else coming up. Like, I feel like you kind of need to do something to try to manufacture as many runs as possible in that situation. But, overall, I mean, it was a tight game all the way through. It makes you remember how much you love and hate October based on the outcome of a game because the stress of every single pitch is just like
living and dying on a pitch. Like, I'm going to be real with you. If the Red Sox would have lost that game, it's not even just losing the game 1-0. If we would have lost that game because fucking Volpe hit an opposite field bomb, that, by the way, the only stadium that would have held that in the stadium would have been Fenway. So, the irony there of not being able to finish out the regular season and take that top wild card spot from the Yankees. Otherwise, this game could have been played at Fenway. But that was just luckily that didn't come back to bite you.
4 games behind us.
But by the time the end of the season came along, we were just trying to get into the dance like that. All of the dreams of trying to win the division kind of went away really shortly after Roman Anthony hurt his oblique against Cleveland. So it just became then about survive and advance, get to the dance, and then figure out what we're going to do with that line, with the top of that lineup, because it really changes everything. Not having a guy like Roman Anthony who hit lefties and righties at the top of that lineup, who's got power for that short porch in Yankee Stadium or pesky pole if it was in Fenway. It was rough, but this is what I miss. This is where Alex Cora excels.
I agree.
And I don't think he managed circles around Booney like I expected him to do. I think he did what he was expected to do today. I think he was very aggressive in how he used Crochet. 116 pitches today, 11 strikeouts.
But let me ask you a question though. I mean, I think based on today's pitchers, we would call that aggressive. In the era that you and I grew up in, like that's the normal amount of pitches.
Pedro's throwing 130. Grady Little didn't want to take Pedro out in the 8th inning of that game. So,
dude, 100, and that's I guess by that standard, right? You would think I'd be more upset that Boone. I mean, obviously, I wish Boone would have left Fried in, because to me, 102 pitches isn't and they said on the broadcast like, oh well, if your goals to win the World Series, Fried's got to pitch 7 games. He's got to start
So
7 more times, and it's like, yeah, I think he could have handled maybe if he gets up to if you feel like that he's getting up to 115 and you're still on your first out, then yeah, I guess take him out. But I don't understand like,
by
oh
the
well,
way,
he's
he
at
has a
102.
ring, so I think he knows what it takes to win a World Series. Like he knows.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
has a
Hey,
ring.
guess what? Guess what it takes to win the World Series? Winning the games in the wild card to get to the
Right.
next round.
Because
Like,
now you're in sudden death. Now the
absolutely.
Yankees are in a situation where you have to empty the tank. Fried's not available tomorrow in the Bronx or whatever game 2 is. He's not available. He just
You
threw
know who
100
else
pitches.
isn't available? You know who else isn't available?
Luke
Heel.
Weaver. Oh, Luis Heel. Wait, what?
Because
Why?
they left him off the roster to put a second catcher in JC Escara, which is absolutely fucking insane. I just don't understand.
Let me say this.
Yeah.
Everything positive I just said about Aaron Boone, I take it back.
Hey,
That's
listen.
insane. Even as a Reds, that's wow.
Yeah.
What?
So, I mean, we got Will Warren, so it's fine. Listen, man,
Heel dominated the Red Sox last time he played us. Like dominated.
Great. I don't understand why he's not on the roster.
Yeah, that's wow. Okay.
I think this was a poor decision on their part, but back to the game, right? Because you tried to talk shit about my guy Volpe, who was actually great tonight.
He was. That's what I'm saying. Like that was my point. If Volpe was the guy, after what we just the last time we were in the Bronx,
yeah,
Volpe was public enemy number 1. He's the reason why Caballero is starter now, because he was just a pinch runner, and then he had to become a starter because you didn't trust Volpe's defense. He had like 4 errors in that 3-game series. He couldn't get a hit. He was striking out all the time.
He had to get a cortisone shot in his shoulder. But
I mean, whatever the case may be, he was the laughingstock of the Red Sox fan base, because it seemed like every time he tried to make a play, it was the wrong play, or it was an errant throw. And whatever, maybe he was going, playing through pain or doing whatever the case. But tonight he showed up
in the playoffs.
I think that getting that first out at shortstop, because they challenged him immediately, first pitch of the game, grounder into the hole. Now it being Rev Schneider as opposed to Romy Gonzalez or someone with more speed probably gives him more time to make a solid throw there, not as much pressure. But that home run, I mean, he was right on it. 97 on the black, and he sends it to right field. I can't take anything away from that swing. And he had another hit against Crochet. He's the one that forced him out of the game in the 8th inning. But no, I thought he played an impressive game today, and it would have hurt my heart if he was the reason why you guys won tonight. I do want to get into what was your impressions of I guess the game as a whole. We know how you feel about possibly leaving Fried into the game to finish out the 7th, or at least to give a little bit more resistance, which I like to say it's kind of like in the NFL, like when you have a team that it's like 4th and 1, and then the coach sends out the punting unit, even though you're at like midfield or whatever it is. Like if the other team is like breathing a sigh of relief, you're probably not making the right decision. And taking Fried out of the game, even though I didn't know what was going to happen, I was just like, I know we haven't hit that curveball all day. So I'm glad that he's not in the game. But how about the rest of the game? What was your overall impressions?
I mean, I thought, to the degree that they did a good job of getting Crochet his pitches up, right? Like you did what you would want a team to do. If you're not going to get hits, at least make them work. And they made him work, but as the game went on, he kept just getting stronger and stronger. The Judge at bats, I felt like we're pretty good at bats, and Judge was good tonight. 2 hits. It's just unfortunate that the first inning and the 9th inning, Goldschmidt gets a hit, Judge gets a hit, but they can't score any runs off of that. And that's the tough part, man. Like, as hot as Stan was just 2 days ago, right? Like you would expect that against those 2 guys that he might be able to do something just based on the way that he's been hitting in the month of September. But for whatever reason, he just couldn't catch up to some of those fastballs. And yeah, man, I missed opportunity overall. I thought they played well, but just just the missed opportunity. You got to score when you get 2 guys on, 3 guys on. Like, you got to come up with something. The fact that we, for this season, have sort of lived and died by the home run. And in this game, the only run we scored was off a home run. I think is a little bit telling, which is, again, why I would have liked to see somebody else, on the bases instead of Goldschmidt, because you have to score. You just absolutely have to score a run. It doesn't matter that, like, you're like, oh, why is Jason Dominguez on the team if you don't have him running there?
Right.
Why
I just don't. I think
Slater
in that play,
on the team if you don't have him running? Like, just put somebody out there that's going to actually score. And I get it, like you said, that's not going to win you the game on that run,
right.
But you don't know what could happen. Somebody overthrows the catcher, and maybe then you have Judge coming in and he could score the tying run. You just don't know.
I concede. I concede that maybe it does absolutely change the complexion. My whole point is just rules of baseball wise, baseball IQ wise, that was the right play. There are like maybe 3 major leaguers, none of which are playing in the game. Maybe Jarren Duran, but none really of which are playing tonight. We're playing tonight. Would have scored on that ball because of how you have to play it. Because if like the ball didn't land too far away, and Jarren Duran was backing up Cedar Rafaela, if Goldschmidt goes too far off of second base, trying to score, or whoever you wanted to pinch run from, say it's Jason Dominguez, and he wants to get aggressive, and he's about to cross home plate, Cedar Rafaela makes a diving catch right there, inning is over.
Sure.
On that play. But if you get to third with nobody out, a base hit ties the game, right? That is the thing that you have to keep in play, because if you're being over, that's the only way to score on that play right there is to just read that it's going to fall and the outfielders are not going to make the incredible play and dive and go and get it. That's what you have to read. But when you have a platinum glove defender like Cedar Rafaela and a gold glove runner-up in Jarren Duran from last year playing center field, and he's over and left, you have to play that a little bit more conservatively. So I just don't know that even if you had a pinch runner in that situation, that would have been the right move to send him, because I think then the defense plays it differently, because I think he doesn't dive because he noticed that the runner is going back to second base because he's protecting against the spectacular play. So there's no benefit.
Would you at least say, if you have somebody who actually can run out there, that they may take a bigger lead, be a little bit more aggressive, so when that ball does drop, you have an extra couple steps, and now it's like, okay, I'm charging the third, and if the third base coach is like, you know what, I think you can make it, maybe. But if it's Goldschmidt, you're never sending.
No, because that's what I'm talking about. That's not the play, right? And because it's very important who's defending, where it was hit. It's in center field. That's obviously right behind second base. So you're right there. Good arm in center field, right? So a shortstop arm in center field. So you're getting thrown out if he catches this ball, just period. If you're anywhere near third base when he catches it, you're out. And then the fact that he has speed and he's the best defender in the game right now. So if he wanted to, he probably could have dove and made a good attempt at that. I'll catch it or not, I don't know. But how you played is you're not running to third and then run back. You have to get in between second. You have to get somewhere in between second and third, not even down the middle, like maybe 2 steps towards third base. Just enough that when the ball falls, he can't throw it to third base and get you on a force out. Right. But you're automatically conceding
on the second base.
Yeah, because you have to play it. You have to play it to tag up. But I just to get it out, I do not think you have a player on your roster that scores on that play without being uber aggressive. And I think Jazz Chisholm is the only guy with the speed to get away with that. Caballero too, but probably Caballero over Jazz, honestly. But
he's the fastest.
I think anybody that would score on that play would have to be uber aggressive. And I think if you're uber aggressive in that mode, you find out why Cedar Rafaela is going to win the Platinum Glove this year. And if he makes the spectacular play, then, Trent Grisham doesn't strike out for the 4th time in the game. So, and the game's just over right there. And then you're questioning the base running again, which is another thing that you guys have ballyhooed against your team. So I just think it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't. It's easy to second guess things after it's happened. But I think baseball IQ wise, I think he made the right play. It's just the guys that came after him, Stanton, Chisholm, and Grisham. They dropped the ball. Giancarlo Stanton has to put the ball in play.
Yeah,
you cannot strike
which
out.
is something he's been doing all season. Like he's actually when he finally started to get going, he was just hitting single after single. Jazz is it's his first at bat in the game, so I can't really
lefty, tough lefty.
Yeah. Like that's just a tough situation.
He fouled a few off, and he got one into into right field. It just so happened that another stroke of genius by Cora. You getting Abreu in there early. You got his at bat, and then you got his arm out there in right field. So it was one of those. If he would have ran, he would have scored because the throw was up the line. But Abreu has like a 90th percentile arm in right field. You're not going to test that. So, especially again when that's not the tying run. I think if you guys were down 1 run, you probably try his arm there, just because you have to see what you got. But no, in that case, that's not the run that's going to send this game into extras or send you home with a walk-off. But enough about the game tonight. Red Sox won. That's history. It means nothing if they don't win another game. So I don't want to get too high on it. I'm just happy that I don't have to do this podcast following a loss. Let's talk about the history. It's just the truth. Let's talk about the history of this.
You're not going to talk about what you expect for game 2?
Well, I mean, the Bayo boys are up, as the people in Red Sox Nation would say. All my Red Sox fans know what I'm talking about. Brian Bayo has pitched really well against you guys in his career, and especially this year. 7 shut in Yankee Stadium earlier this year. I don't know what to expect out of him in the postseason because he's never been there. So I don't know. What I do know is he is a very emotionally volatile player, and sometimes that can work against you. And he can be wild sometimes. He can struggle to find the strike zone. I think earlier on in this game, Crochet was getting pinched a little bit. You guys were on his fastball. That's why he went to the cutter. I think for Bayo, if he's not getting some of those calls on the black, because he's not a strikeout pitcher. He throws 98, but he's not a strikeout pitcher. He's a sinker baller. He needs to pitch to contact. So I think in this particular matchup, you're going to have Ben Rice in the lineup. You're going to make those left-handed bats a lot more potent because they're not going up against, the AL Cy Young candidate and Garrett Crochet. So it's going to make Trent Grisham's bat a lot better. I don't expect him to have 4 strikeouts again tomorrow. So it's going to be a tough matchup whenever it does happen. I'm expecting a fight. I'm expecting the kitchen sink. But I do actually think that the Red Sox go ahead and finish it. I think it's another close one. Higher scoring, though. I think it's probably like 5-3 Red Sox.
Oh, wow. You putting okay. All right.
Yeah.
Making predictions.
Hey, man. 5-3 Red Sox. We get the dub. How about you? What you got?
I'm not going to make any score predictions.
You don't have to.
I think for sure we're going to see, if we get the version of Rodon that I'm hoping that we're going to get, I think Boone is probably going to let him go until he's absolutely just like feels like, okay, this guy can't go anymore, because you've already pitched Weaver, Williams, and Bednar.
You've seen all your arms.
Yeah, I mean,
and Cruz. Master splitter.
So, that's obviously somewhat concerning. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, to your point about it probably needs to be high scoring for the Yankees to win, because I don't know how much you're going to get out of the bullpen after they, you pitched most of your guys tonight. This is going to come down to the big bats. I'm hoping we get more from Judge. I mean, can't expect him to score all the runs and hit all the home runs, but I just want him to just get on base. If he's on base, if he's getting on base, I'm happy. I feel like it gives us a shot to score every time. And guys behind him got to do what they got to do. So we'll see, man. I mean, like I said, I'm not going to make any score predictions, but I do think we'll push this to game 3.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what I would be afraid of, honestly, a game 3. I would be afraid of a game 3 from you guys, because I think that, you're more well-equipped to win that. We have Connolly early, who's probably going to get the call to at least start the game, and it'll be a maybe he's the opener and goes 3 innings, and then you go to Kyle Harrison for another 3 or something, and then piece it together, with Scotch tape after that. But that automatically puts you in a hole. And I'm fucking terrified of this guy Schlittler. Like,
yeah, he's good, but he's a rookie. It's like,
he's a
you know what I mean.
I don't care. So I've seen some.
I love Schlittler.
I watched a couple innings of him pitching against the Rays. And that curveball is devastating. There was like 98, top of the zone. Everything that the Red Sox struggle against, as you saw tonight, good fastball, good command of the breaking pitches, especially a hammer curveball. He has everything that the Red Sox struggle against. And then on top of that, he's a right-handed pitcher, so it kind of neutralizes some of those bats like a Roman Gonzalez, like a Rob Refschneider, who are lefty killers. And you see the feast or famine today from Trevor Story. That's like a golden sombrero waiting to happen up against a guy like Cam Schlittler. So I would like to avoid a game 3 at all cost. If we see Schlittler, I'd like to see him out of the bullpen late in the game in a desperation move by a manager. That would be great for me. But yeah, man, I expected you to think that the Yankees are going to win. You're delusional. You thought they were going to win tonight. But
okay.
Our captain, Alex Bregman, had other plans. Big insurance runs there from Alex Bregman. Just what can you say? Pay the man. But yeah, man, what for you is like what was the moment where you decided, like, not only about this rivalry, because I mean, obviously you growing up in New York, me growing up in New England, we were going to be probably fans of these teams, and it's ingrained in you to hate them. But when did you decide, I hate this team, I hate the Red Sox?
It was when your boy Pedro Martinez threw down a 72-year-old man.
Oh, don't try and
fucking despicable. Despicable.
Let me get a sip of water real quick.
Please. I hope you drink down the wrong part. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, look at you.
It's all right. Got a hole in my lip.
Dribbling all.
You would say like his age as if he's not the one that charged Pedro. Pedro was standing on the mound innocently. He didn't do anything.
What was he gonna? He's gonna attack him?
Is he supposed to just let him bull rush him? I have a game to pitch.
Dude,
like what am I supposed to do?
So you're saying it's okay for him to beat up?
If an old man charges at you, Malik, with an intent to try, whether or not he's capable is irrelevant. He is intending to try to hurt you.
You don't know. He wasn't trying to hurt him. He was just.
What are you talking about? What other thing would he be possibly trying to accomplish by charging at Pedro Martinez? In the middle of a melee, by the way.
You thought he was running in there to beat up somebody? Come on.
He was running in there to try and attack Pedro. Yes, that's why.
This is why Red Sox fans are so hateable, because the fact that you would defend this, is
Joe old ass down, nigga. He learned a valuable lesson that day. What are you talking about? Sit your old ass down, bitch.
What y'all learn that year?
Hey man, that you guys would lose in the World Series. That's what we learned that year. Fuck you guys. We don't know what it's like to lose. I'll tell you what, I don't know what it's like to lose in the World Series. That's what I'll tell you.
Aaron Boone made some pretty good decisions in that series, didn't he?
Whatever. Yeah. All I can tell you for certain is that the Red Sox have never lost a World Series in my lifetime. So I don't know that you can say the same thing. I actually know that you can't say the same thing. As recently as last year, honestly, at least our pitchers cover first. So if Max Fried has one thing over Garrett Cole, is that he can cover first. That was very nimble getting over there. So
he's a freaking athlete. Athlete. What
fastest pitcher in the game.
What was the moment when you?
Oh, moment for me is easy. It's Aaron fucking Boone.
You hated
it's Aaron. It
was it the first championship or the?
Okay, it just can we relax a little bit? Okay, you just lost. You haven't beat us in the postseason since this moment, which is ironic that it's my moment. A lot of people might say that Alex Rodriguez smacking the ball out of Bronson Arroyo's hand when he was trying to tag him out up the first baseline. But no, it was not that. It was Aaron fucking Boone. In extra innings against Tim Wakefield in the ALCS of 2003. Send you guys to the World Series. To lose, by the way, but
it's a great moment.
That was, I mean, it was crazy because like So I tell this story a lot to my friends and things like that when I talk about my fandom and when I talk about like what it takes to be a real fan of a team.
Mm.
That these young kids nowadays that will never understand because they just take a player and they follow that player wherever that player goes. And they don't deal with any hardships. But that was a hardship. Like I got done. I was playing a soccer tournament in middle school, and then we were driving home from the tournament, and I remember begging my mom to put the Red Sox game on AM radio, like put it on the WEEI, I think it was, or whatever the radio station. I believe it is WEEI that was playing it. So I could listen to it on the way home. And that way, when I got home, I could quickly get upstairs, turn on Fox, and catch the game. I somehow convinced her. My mom hates baseball. She hates it. And I convinced her to listen to baseball for like a 30 to 45-minute car ride from a soccer tournament that I probably didn't play in because I'm not that good at soccer. So, she just probably already had like a shit sandwich of a day. And like, here's her like 12-year-old son begging her, or 13-year-old son begging her to listen to a baseball game for a team that hasn't even made it, hasn't won a World Series in over 86 years. So, or 85 at the time. So, we get home right around the time we're getting home right around the time that they're announcing that Grady Little is somehow leaving Pedro Martinez in the game, and that's when it all started to go left for me, because before that it was good vibes. We were playing well, we were winning. Then he leaves Pedro in, I think it was like the 7th inning. I was like, why would you do that? Take him out of the game. He's gassed. Just a cavalcade of runs coming in. You guys end up tying up the ball game. We go into extra innings, and I run upstairs in the first play, not the first pitch. I won't say it was the first pitch, but it's the first play. It was Aaron Boone's at bat. It's the first thing I saw rushing home. So all of this happening. I had a great day. Got my, soccer, awesome. Had a good time. When you're playing away tournaments, you get to eat McDonald's. I'm happy. I convinced my mom to put the game on the radio, and I run upstairs to get to the TV to put it on Fox, and like not even 5 minutes later, Aaron Boone smashes a fucking hanging knuckleball into the left field bleachers, hands up.
Yeah.
It was a tough moment.
Into your brain.
It was the second time I think the final time too. Second and final time I sports cried. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. What did you learn from that?
That knuckleballers should not be closers. If we're being honest, yeah, probably also lift your ace. Quit while you're ahead. Great. He tried to squeeze an extra couple of innings out of him instead of going to like Derek Lowe, close the game out. But whatever. It is what it is.
In some cases, pulling the guy a little too early can kill your tip.
Yeah, in your case specifically, we don't have to worry about that from our manager. He manages conservatively during the season so that when it comes time for the playoffs, they have enough bullets left in the tank to do what Garrett Crochet did today. Just again, one more time for the War Pig. You know what I'm saying? Like he just incredible stuff. This is an ace. I was dead wrong about Crochet when we got him. I was like, they dealt their 3 best minor league players for a fucking reliever. It makes no sense. Blah blah blah. I was wrong. Way off. Crochet is well worth the price of admission, man. If he does nothing else in a Red Sox jersey, it'll be disappointing, obviously. But at the very least, he has validated everything that he thinks of himself and everything that Craig Breslow and the front office believed in him when not only they traded for him, but when they signed him to that max extension deal. So shout out to them. But yeah, let's pivot to our second to the last topic of the day. I know that you were watching the other day, or was it? Yeah, it was yesterday. Yeah, Monday Night Football.
I was not.
Dolphins. Oh, you weren't watching. You had to catch it on X. Where you see it on social media?
I had to look it up. First of all, what a shit sandwich of a fucking doubleheader that was.
I mean, dog, Jake Browning versus Bo Nix.
Yeah.
Ew. What
Disgusting.
the fuck? Nah, man. Yeah, that was fucking ugly. But
Actually,
yeah, I mean,
I'll tell you this. Before the game, I went on a rant about how the NFL should just put the game on at like 4:00 because why are we watching a 7:00 game and then have to stay up for a 10:30 game or whatever, 9:00, whatever it was,
yeah.
whatever
Just play them
the
at the same
double.
time. No one's watching either game. Who
Well,
cares? You're
yeah,
not
no.
stealing views.
First of all, they should just never have scheduled those two games. Period. Even if everybody was up
No,
early,
that's not true.
yeah.
That's not true. You're expecting it to be Joe Burrow. Like, come on. Joe Burrow versus a playoff team. Like,
But then why
yeah.
why am I putting another game on while that's on and now people are switching back and forth? Just one game would have been fine.
No, that is a good point.
I don't like the Monday
It's a
night
great
doubleheader.
point. There
And
was
if you're
no
gonna do the
point
Monday
in
night
having that doubleheader.
do it early. Anyway, the point that you were trying to get to, I believe, was the very, very gruesome injury, which I eventually saw after the fact on Twitter. Boy, that was pretty fucking gnarly.
Prayers up for a speedy recovery for Tyreek Hill. Again, his history notwithstanding. You just never want to see somebody go down with injuries like that for sure. But that I mean, it was gruesome. Which brings to mind worst sports injuries that we've ever witnessed. I know I had mentioned it to you a little bit earlier. For me, it would probably for football. It's probably there was a running back for South Carolina. His name is this escaped me now. Yeah, I forgot his name. I keep wanting to say Alshon Jeffrey, but that was a receiver. It wasn't Alshon Jeffrey, but yeah, it was a running back from South Carolina. Like, I'm talking just gross. Yeah. But now Sean Livingston for the Clippers at the time, I think it was his rookie year too. On a fast break, like, his knee went one way and the rest of his body went the other way. It was like, and that I had never seen anything like that in basketball, and hadn't up all the way up until the Paul George injury for Team USA.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is another one that's on the list. But yeah, I would have to say the Sean Livingston one for me was like, I had never seen anything like that happen to a basketball player. That was an NFL injury on a basketball court. It was gruesome.
That was rough. The fact that he came back years later and was still
killing it, mid-range god,
able to like coming off the bench for the Warriors. He was unbelievable. The Paul George one, and the fact that the Paul George injury happened in a exhibition Team USA game. Like, it wasn't even a game that they were like,
right.
It wasn't an Olympic game. Yeah, it was just like they were just out in Vegas.
He like slid into the stanchion or something like that. Like,
yeah, I want to say he was driving to the basket, and when he landed, because the stanchion wasn't as far back as it normally is for NBA games.
Yeah, right.
And the way he landed, his whole leg just kind of crumpled. It was
gross.
So yeah, those are I was like, those are all great ones. It's like they're all pretty terrible.
They're awesome. Right,
yeah. Those are great choices. If we're talking basketball, the one that comes to mind is Kevin Ware from Louisville, which I believe that happened. Was that the Elite Eight or the Final Four? I can't remember, but it was definitely the.
Ooh, yeah, that was I think that was Elite Eight. That wasn't Final Four. I think that was Elite Eight.
It wasn't the Final Four
versus Duke.
That was pretty rough. But to me, the one that I remember seeing on TV because it happened was it the Sugar Bowl? One of the, I don't know, one of them bowl games. Willis McGahee on Miami.
Oh, I never saw that one. Saw that one.
I remember seeing it live, and then they showed the replay, and you see the dude running into his leg, and
the leg knee just.
Yeah. It was,
I know a lot of the generation, maybe even two generations before us, probably harkens to Joe Theismann, versus Lawrence Taylor.
But the video doesn't show him actually. Does it? Or maybe it does.
Yeah.
Does it?
Oh, yeah, the snap. And then you immediately see Lawrence Taylor just jump up, and he's like, come on.
Yeah. I killed him.
Yeah. Not too far off. No, I mean, there's just, unfortunately, obviously, there's just so many to choose from, but it just, watching that injury, and it was like just so very clear. And, there's always that, like, and it's tough because I've been in production trucks before, right? I've never directed a game before. So, that I can't speak to per se, but it's hard. You're like so locked in on getting the best angle of seeing what's happening on the field. And before your spotter or anybody on the field or any one of your cameramen or whatever can tell you, like, yo, don't go to this look, it's bad. You're getting like, what's the best look? Tyreek is on the ground. Let's go to camera. Let's hit that camera that's going to catch him on the sideline. And you go to the camera. It's just like the perfect angle up close, and his leg looked like a fucking swastika. It was nuts.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah, that shit was. Oof, man.
I'll say this though, man. As they were carting him off the field, you look at his face, and he seemed like he was.
He
totally
seemed pretty fucking happy.
I was like, did they shoot him up with drugs already? Like, how is
Probably,
he?
yes.
Like, how is he? He was just like, yeah, number one. Like, I'm like, what?
Number one. I don't have to catch passes from 2 anymore.
Yeah,
saw that all over social media.
I saw that one too. I saw that one too.
Oh man.
But yeah, the way his leg was just turned.
Yeah, your leg not supposed to do that, and it's like it's not even like it was like some big hit. It was just like he just went down wrong, and he's so fast and it's just so physical. His body just went away that it's not supposed to go, and he just ended up paying the ultimate price for it with his body. But I think for me, watching that happen on a Monday Night Football game, especially when there's nothing else to watch, like you just mentioned, it just made it like 1,000 times worse. Because like that's all the people could talk about. That or the fact that Darren Waller's back and he caught 2 touchdowns. I don't think anybody had that in their bingo card.
I feel bad for Tyreek Hill, because that's fun brutal to watch, and like to go down like that. Especially, I feel like an injury like that, you kind of are like in the generation of we have great, doctors and the technology is great and guys come back. But like when you see something like that, you're just like, I don't know if that person's going to come back and be the same. Like he's, as fast as he is, as athletic as he is, it's just like, even if he comes back, is he going to be the same guy? Like he's going to be at least a year.
Speed is such a big part of his game. If you take that out or if he's second guessing when he has to make a cut because like this is the bad knee, like is it going to happen again, or PTSD from if he has to make another play on the sideline or whatever it is, and like is he going to flinch? What's going to happen? So so many different things can happen when you're recovering from an injury, but we do wish him a speedy recovery from that. That was brutal to watch. But yeah, man, let's bring it to the end here with our favorite segment of the day, Dad Rules.
Mm-hmm.
Malik, let's start with you. What do you got for your dad rule?
I got a shout out. I want to shout out my lovely wife. We took a week long trip. It was great, and I'm not gonna lie, definitely missed my son. It was a long 10 days that I hadn't seen him.
Oh,
but
wow.
To her credit, because she was talking about this the entire time. She was like, oh, I don't know how I'm going to make it. And I'm like, do you not want to go on a trip? Like, what are you talking about? But she was like, oh, I'm going to print out some pictures so he can see us and he won't forget us. And in my head, I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like, what are you talking about? But funny enough, every time she printed out the pictures, my mother-in-law put them on the fridge, and my mother-in-law said every time he walked over to the fridge, he'd take the pictures and he'd be like, mommy, daddy, and he would just say mommy, daddy, and walk around with the pictures. And even when we saw him after we came back from the trip, he was kind of looking at us like, do I know y'all? And I'm like, hold on now.
Like, wait a minute, dude.
Okay, wait.
Your face looks like my face. Yes, you know me.
I kind of know y'all, but I haven't seen y'all, so I don't know if I really.
It's been ages.
Yeah. So I'm like, thank God you put the pictures up, because he really would have just been like, "Who are these people? Like, take me back, Grandma."
I immediately started crying. Like, who are these strangers?
Yo, you gotta put some pictures up around the house so the kids don't forget who you are, because apparently their memory's not great at 15 months.
Yeah, allegedly.
So, yeah.
That seems to be the case.
So shout out to moms for that one, but that's my dad rule. Dad, print out some pictures of yourself. Just you. Don't even put mom on the.
Exactly. I was just about to say, you can sneak the one
it's on her to get pictures of her.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You see mom all the time. We need extra pictures of me. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
With the beard,
For
without
sure.
the beard, I need you to be able to see the whole face, the whole vision. I need you to know
Every angle.
what I look
Get
like.
every
You know what I'm
angle.
saying? Get my good angle, get my other side profile. You know what I'm saying? Straight on,
Yeah.
all of that, everything, man. Nah, for me, my dad rule is,
Mm.
thought I knew where I was gonna go with that, but at last minute pivot. No, I'm not gonna do that one. What I'll say is my dad rule is just trust the process, man. Trust the process. This is ironic because the NBA season is upon us, and I'm a Sixers fan, so the irony is not lost on me. Fuck you guys. I wanted to say that now. Okay.
No one.
I
No
see you
one.
shaking
No
your
one.
head.
I didn't
I
even
see you
put two
shaking
and
your
two
head,
together.
Malik. Don't.
I was removing the sports jokes out of this. This is Father
No, you
Time.
weren't,
This
and that's fine. I would expect nothing less of a Yankees fan. This is great. But no, man, trust the process. And it's hard to do because we are in the throes of attempted potty training right now, and it is going horribly, horribly. Like, you think you got a day off, and you're like, every 30 minutes we're gonna sit on the potty for 5 minutes, and I'm gonna get you to tinkle, and that's gonna happen. And Jasmine printed out a little colorful little sheet, and we have a bunch of stickers in one of her favorite books. And we're like, every time you pee on the potty, we're gonna take a sticker from your favorite book, and we're gonna put it on your potty chart and everything. And it was just a great idea by Jasmine. Shout out to her. Ari doesn't give a shit. She said, "Fuck that potty chart," okay, and everything is everything it stands for. All right, so
Get these damn stickers out.
you know what I'm saying? Fuck these stickers. It's like every time you try and sit her on the potty, she just sits there. She just like singing the potty song because her song is Baby Shark, so we kind of like Beanie Potty did it. She loves like doing like rocking along with the song and making us sing every different nursery rhyme that she loves to hear. And then 5 minutes later, when she hasn't gone pee, she's like, "All right, I wash my hands now." She likes to flush the toilet, and then like 3 minutes later, she's peeing in her pull up. So, it's like she holds it and waits for the pull up to come back up, and then now she's comfortable enough to use the bathroom. So it's gonna be a long, arduous process. I honestly, at this point, don't know. Like I'm looking into getting an adult depends subscription because like I just don't know when she's ever gonna potty train. Like she could be in high school still wearing diapers at this point.
Okay, that would be concerning.
It would
And
be,
probably an
honestly.
indictment on you as a parent.
All
But
right. Well, I don't know if it's so much. I
if
mean,
it
at a
goes
certain
that
point,
far, it's probably bad.
at a certain point, she's made a choice. It's not on me anymore.
Well, if you're buying adult depends, then it's gotta you're
It's enabling.
But
You're right.
yeah. I'm scared of the potty training, man. I keep hearing a lot of horror stories.
It's more fun probably for boys though, right? Because you get to stand up. You be like, "Look, don't you want to stand up and pee like daddy?" Like girls are just sitting there and they get bored, and
Do you think it'd be more fun? Like, think about you as a child. Do you think it was more fun? You're just pissing everywhere.
No, I mean, I was scared straight. My mom likes to tell people the story. Like when the last day that I ever did not go pee or poo on the potty, my Aunt Sarah was mainly responsible for potty training me because she watched me after school when mom was working, and I pooped in her mop bucket and got a legendary whooping. Um, and from that moment on, every time I peed in the potty, I was like, "I'm not gonna get a spanking. I peed on the potty. I went on the potty." Yeah, it was like I was beyond scared straight. It was one of those situations.
Okay, the trauma's still there. I can tell. Yeah.
Not really, because I wouldn't have known that story if she didn't tell me. But it's hilarious.
Okay.
It
It's
was
not
like it
the
was
trauma is
hilarious.
deeply ingrained in you.
I mean, maybe I don't know. I don't look at my buckets and think like I don't shudder when I see my bucket.
I don't know. I gotta ask somebody else to see. I gotta ask somebody in the house and be like, "Yo, does Aaron mop around here?" Or what? Like, nah,
the answer to that is no. That is a
we got a
Jasmine
Swiffer
thing.
She's like-
Exactly. See, you know the deal. When I have my own place, it was a Swiffer. I'm not mopping shit. Jasmine mops though.
Yeah.
So I give that up to her. I don't do that. I don't do that. I clean, but I'm not mopping shit.
For sure. Yeah.
Swiffer's fine.
There's no trauma there. No trauma.
Check the commercials. Swiffers are fine.
It's ergonomic.
I'm not scared. Man. But yes, that's just trust the process, guys. There's no linear way. We don't have all of the answers, Sway. I'm not gonna always come in here and act like because I've gone through this phase of life, I understand what's happening. No, this is as real as I've been since we started this dad rule segment shit. This is stressing me the fuck out right now because I don't see any light at the end of it. There's like no positivity for me to glob onto in this potty training journey right now. None. Except for the fact that I guess if you want to squeeze something out is that she's not literally afraid of the toilet. Whether or not she has her potty adjuster on there, she'll sit on the toilet regularly even without the little potty adjuster on it. She's fine. She just won't use it. She prefers to pull up.
Well, I'm pretty sure there was some other thing in her young life that you were like, I don't think this is ever going to happen. Then it happened. You were like, oh, wow, we got past it. So, you know.
I don't know. Should be, yeah, maybe. Nothing like this. Nothing like this.
Okay.
Like it was, yeah. I mean, this was.
He said, I reject your positivity.
Yeah, I reject that. I reject that premise all the way. Her height and her potty training are my last two concerns that I have in life. But I always knew that she was going to be short anyway, and I didn't have much option in that. So
okay. Yeah, them tall jeans and short jeans they just fighting it out right now.
Yeah, especially when you're a girl, like it's just not gonna happen. She'll be taller than Jasmine, but that's like, not really saying a whole lot. So this is what it is.
Listen, you said it, not me.
Exactly. It's the safer way to be. That's why I waited for her to be asleep. She can't hear what was happening. I mean, she'll probably listen to it later and chop my throat off. So if I'm not here for next week's pause, I want you to understand that she did it. Let me save the cops the time. She did it. There's no need for the Netflix documentary. Although if you do one, get Idris Elba to play me. We look exactly the same.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, exactly.
British accent and everything.
All the way down to the British. See, you get it.
Yeah. Yo, I got one more thing. This has absolutely nothing to do with anything that we've talked about today. But have you noticed? Yo, the Brits are taking over. Like every show, every movie is a British person playing an American person. And I'm I'm not even mad at them. Shout out to them. Yo, you know what I'm saying? Get your money.
I am.
Should we be concerned about the American actors?
No,
I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there for the people.
This is colonialism all over again. Okay? Because let me tell you something. For years, Superman was a Brit. Okay? For most people, the best Batman is a Brit. A Londoner, if you will. Thor, an Australian. Right? What the fuck is happening? Okay? In Batman, Alfred is British. That is it. Batman, American. Superman, American. I don't want Henry Cavill, okay, or Christian Bale. Great actors. Did great jobs in their roles. Christian Bale, obviously, more so than Henry Cavill, although, some people can argue back and forth there, whatever, debate your mama. But it just is what it is. Okay? It's bullshit. But yes, I've noticed. I've been on this hill for a long time because a lot of our best superheroes and even some of the supervillains are all Brits or Australians. Wolverine, Australian.
Yeah. He was
the Joker, Australian. Bane, British. It's like, what? Come on. We can't have anything? We got a fucking George Clooney Batman. That's what we have.
All right, don't disrespect George Clooney and his bat nipples, all right?
George Clooney's bat nipples disrespected us, okay?
It was a different time.
Yeah, a worst time. It was the worst time. You know what I'm saying? Traumatized them kids getting Burger King toys with nipples on. It's a very strange thing.
Hey, we didn't know how good we had it back then, all right?
And it wasn't just the bat nipples, it was the close-up. Like, why did we need a close-up of the nipples? I feel like we did, you didn't need to zoom in on
George Clooney.
Yeah. They were like, yeah, check out these nipples. It's cold in here. It's cold in the Bat Cave.
Everybody chill.
Shout out to Arnold Schwarzenegger, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Mr. Freeze. I can't wait for the Batman 2, by the way. I'm looking forward to it. By the way, another British.
In 2028. Batman, so. It's like, is this movie ever coming out? Jesus Christ.
It's, ridiculous, But again, like I said, another Brit. Because, they won't let us play James Bond, but they can play all of our heroes. How is that fair? You know what I mean?
I don't.
Until you let Michael B. Jordan be Thomas Crown in a movie or be James Bond in a movie, we shouldn't allow them to be our superheroes.
Let him take, if they do a Luther movie, Idris Elba's character. Let Michael B. Jordan do that movie.
But he's not iconic enough. Luther is a great show, but it's not I don't know, that's got the lore of a Batman and shit like that anyway. They did a little bit when they let Robert Downey be Sherlock Holmes. So, it has been done before, but not nearly to the degree that they take our guys.
They're taking our jobs. They're taking our jobs.
Tea and Crumpet Man. Don't be fucking Superman. Fuck you. You don't get Superman. Okay? You guys have comic books of your own across the pond or something, innit? I think. I don't even know if they had...
I'm so glad we are aligned on this. To all my American actors, fight back. Fight back.
I'm saying, because honestly, it's y'all fault. It really is. Because the directors are gonna just pick the best guys. That's the way that goes. They're not gonna sit up here and pick a bad person, which is why I appreciate David Cornsweet so much in Superman. Shout out to him. At least our Superman is American again, and he's a damn good Superman.
There you go. The best in a really long time.
Luthor is still a Brit, but it's fine. That's fine. The villain can
give y'all one. We'll give y'all one. But
yeah, y'all can have one.
We get top villain.
Exactly. First name on the call sheet.
Yeah.
With an American flag emoji next to it too, motherfuckers. We won that war.
Oh man.
So still no before we get you to log off here. You still no score for the Yankees game?
7-2 Yankees.
Oh, you're just being ridiculous. Log off. Well, you're being ridiculous.
It's my score prediction.
That's not a score. That's not a realistic score prediction. That's fine. 7-2.
What's realistic? You just made up two numbers.
You think you're scoring 7 runs tomorrow? You think Alex Cora would leave Brian Bayo in the game long enough to give up 7 runs? That's what you think. Not to say your offense is incapable of scoring 7 runs. They are. You can score 20 runs.
You asked me for a prediction.
That's the most ridiculous prediction I've ever heard in my life. Okay, that's just ridiculous.
Is it ridiculous because I picked the Yankees to win? That's why you find it. That's why you
nailed it.
If I said 7-2 Red Sox, you'd be like, "Oh yeah, no, this guy's a genius."
Clairvoyant, even should get you to play one of the superheroes. You're American, I think.
Yes,
so
all the way,
pure blooded. Oh man, but yeah, thank everybody, man. Another successful live episode of the No Rules podcast. We could not do it without you guys tuning in, without the Red Sox getting wins and the Yankees losing.
Please. We would have done it either way, guys, but it's fine. Well,
debatable. It would have been an empty room.
You would have just bounced.
I'm a sore loser, man. That's the way it goes. I'd have been in such a worse mood for this podcast. But luckily, I don't have to worry about that because my manager's better than yours.
He might be.
Boston Red Sox, the official drink of the No Rules.
This is it. We're done. Thank you. Good night.
Thanks, everybody, for tuning in to the No Rules podcast. Somebody give Malik some tissue. Peace.
Peace, y'all.